Hello, welcome back to the third episode of tutorial for Dooglamoo's Cities mod. Well, I have a lot more buildings placed down and they're coming up. A bunch of different styles. I've gone ahead and fixed the parts of the road that needed transitions. Over here next to the river I have some towers with a kind of a waterfront theme, light blue glass and prismarine center. Went ahead and added some railings and some different material here to the bridge to make it stand out more as a bridge. It's looking pretty good as a bridge. Over here on this side of the city, we've got some other buildings coming up here, brick, sandstone. Still needs to be a lot more buildings placed over here. I think in the center of this one I will have some kind of plaza. And over here, I'm going to have the transitions coming down. Over here, I think what I've decided to do with this is I'm just going to replace this layer of dirt here with a wall, take out these overhangs, and replace this layer here with some stone and these sides with stone to make this into an actual tunnel, and then have the wall come up to some height up here, and then this little strip on top of here is going to be part of a park that is over here. I'm going to leave all this here as a park with a little pond in it. Over here again will be more city. Just this raised part right here will be park area, and then you can actually just walk over this little green overpass down and then down into here, and I'll leave this center right here as a like the other side of that park. And so similar on this side, I will make walls here and then make an archway that goes across here out of stone. A lot of these buildings still have to be cleared out. When you place them and start building, they'll clear the area where it puts its own material, but where there's just air, you'll have to clear these out by hand. Usually it's not very much. Gives you something to do. So it's taken us a little while for these buildings to get this tall already. They still have a long ways to go, but I was busy the whole time making these transitions here and doing the bridge, and then going around and extending the roads farther and just placing other buildings. And while I was doing all that, these buildings are building themselves. So there's areas I need to work on. I'm going to have this is just going to go off into another different kind of neighborhood here with different sidewalk colors. And we need to fix this intersection a little bit. I'll probably just take this out completely and just extend the sidewalk completely across here. And of course I'll have to fill in the ground around most of these. So it's easy just to get the building started, but then it still leaves you some work to do to clear the bushes. And of course this is the middle of the city. I don't even know if this is going to remain as grass. I might just change this into some other kind of stone or brick or something for some kind of pavement. Some of the streets I will have grass on though, but hey, you just have to go around and clear out some spots and let the building fill itself in. It's getting to the point where I like to walk around on the streets now more than just fly around, because now you can really see what it's going to start to look like. You can find little areas, like I think I'll leave, I'll clear the side a little bit of this building, but this little part right here, I might just leave a lot of that natural like that. And you get to see things closer up. Like, okay, so for instance, here, this needs to be fixed a little bit. Is when you convert a road to an intersection, sometimes it doesn't do it perfectly right, so you have to just have to fix it up yourself, which is no big deal. Oops. That's what this mod is for you to customize. You can do anything you want with these posts. You could actually try to put traffic lights on here. You know, put some frames, and then put some red, yellow, and green wool in the frames. You could just put signs on these and have them as street signs. You could probably just remove it and put something like, you could just have maybe something like that, and then put maybe a sign and a map on each of these sides, or something like that. So it's all up to you. So since I had elevation change here, this building, I decided I want the entrance to be on this level, but that means that down here there's space, which I actually like this, because now what I will do is I will be able to fill this in myself. And I'll just continue this down, and then along here, what I will do, if I use a different, maybe like this, and just put in one thing here, probably with something like that. Street level, and then I will fill in that hole up there, and I will leave my own door down here as a kind of a basement entrance. And continue that around, and then continue that kind of around also. Probably put 4 blocks here, I suppose. And continue that wall down here. I know it's getting nighttime now. I usually set it to day, but it's also getting to the point where I like to actually walk around with it being nighttime too, because now you get to see what it's going to start to look like. It's not even anywhere near what it will look like when it's done, because there's going to be a lot more buildings still, but it's nice to see kind of what it will look like. And with all the street lights and everything, there's almost enough light just to work by. So, of course, you can decorate the streets however you want. You can put planters out here with trees growing out of them, or just flowers in front of the doorways. Or you can turn this into some kind of pavement. This will need to be filled in right there. Can't have that in front of the door. Here, normally what I'll do, normally the way to handle this, or the way I handle it anyway, is to just come around with this material here. There. Like that. And that kind of I could just extend the sidewalk across here too, but who knows, in the future I may want to actually extend this out again to something else. So I'll just leave the crosswalk there, and I'll just leave that there, and I'll probably just raise up the ground a little bit more around here. Let's see what else. Yeah, I have to figure out what buildings to put over here. Here's a road that's done. Here's an example. You can see, well, see, this is a different wood than this. So on this road, I didn't put the wood in the block, so it pulled it from somewhere else, and it grabbed a different kind of wood. So that's, I'll probably just swap these out, or you can leave them if you wanted to. Let's see, so behind here, even though there's no roads going down here, I decided to get some buildings down here by the water, where there's not any light in these buildings. So you can, even though, we got some other, even though the building didn't put any right here by itself, you can change that if you want to. Like here we have stuff growing by these trees. This tree's a little bit, maybe a little bit close to this building. I'll go up here and just fix it. Here, just knock it out, that part of it, and it will replace that glass for me. And maybe I'll just leave the tree outside of there. It doesn't matter for now. Over here, the nice thing about walking around is you get to see like different parts up close, and you get to see what you think would go well there. So this part here that's next to the bridge, it's kind of empty here still, but I don't want a big building blocking the way. So what I might do is just put maybe one building out here, one small office building out here, I think. Let me turn it back to daytime for now. So over here on this side, I decided that this corner over here, this is going to be more of a industrial looking area. I like this kind of building. Reminds me of a sturdy building like a bank or something. But then over here, as we go down this road, I think we're just going to have kind of just stone type buildings that have a gritty industrial feel. Same with over on this side. That's why I just have brick and then cobblestone, and maybe I'll put another cobblestone one next to this, and these could be like foundries or smithies or something. Or, well, actually over here, I'm going to put down some more offices, I think, right now. So I wanted to show so offices, they only take up a square of 8. They're unlike these other ones. So to know which way the windows are going to be facing, so this is a square from right here to over here is a 16 by 16 square. So if I place an office here on this side of it, its windows are going to face this direction, so out towards the street and towards that building. If I place it over here, an office over here, its windows will face this direction out towards the street and on this side. And if I placed any in the back there, they would face towards the back and toward the sides. So I'll put one right here. All right, so I'm going to let these buildings continue to grow. And actually, I've got some wood buildings started here too. I don't know if, well, this one is just barely started. But yeah, over in this section I was going to have mostly sandstone and wood. But I need to extend the roads even more. I need to put down even more buildings and go around and do some more detail, like finish this out. And then when we come back the next episode, the next episode will probably be the last episode, and it'll just show you kind of course it won't be finished. You could extend it however much you want, but the base core of it will be finished. And as I was saying earlier, that's kind of what this mod is for. It's kind of like vanilla Minecraft builds you this terrain as a starting point for you to modify. Well, even though this builds the buildings for you, it's really just a starting point for you to go around and then modify it however you want. Like maybe we want to put a billboard, you know, here on the back of this or something. And maybe we want to put hanging vines someplace. Whoops. Don't we have any big ones? Of course, there won't be any big ones, will it? Yeah, that's big enough. It'll fix that hole by itself. Alright, that's it for this episode then. So, until next time.